This is a Fatal 4 podcast.
And we are live on tape here again. Welcome to the next big thing in Japanese pro wrestling podcast. It's Didn't Get All of It Japan. I am your host, Kaz Wheeler, and we are here to talk about this world of wonder and whimsy that is pro wrestling. But I do not do this show alone. Tonight with me, the B stands for birthday boy. It's B-Rob.
Pew, 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 pew. I'm old.
How old are you now, actually?
43.
43. Good Lord.
Haven't done anything with my life but talk about wrestling on whatever night it is that we're doing wrestling.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it.
I don't disagree.
And young William is out on assignment tonight, but with us this evening, we're welcoming a new voice to the Didn't Get All of It Japan family. Here to help us navigate some All Japan Pro Wrestling tonight, the host of the Jumping Knee Pod, coming to us from the future. It's Australia's own Jessica. Say hi to the good people.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to talk about All Japan, and yeah, definitely in the future. Yeah,
I'm interested into hearing about All Japan because I know very little, except for Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Well, I can tell you about this. Davey's a sore subject for All Japan people.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
So first you come into the room upsetting her. Now you do it again. Just
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
That's perfect. All right. Oh, good Lord. As always, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the show on your podcatcher of choice. Find us over on BlueSky and give us feedback. And go and leave us one of those 5-star reviews and let everybody know how much you love this here show. And if you do, I'll read it in this very intro. That's right, you can put words in my mouth. And finally, if you're enjoying our content and want more from us or anyone else at Fatal 4 Podcasts, head on over to Patreon and search Fatal 4 Podcasts and sign up at either the $3 Discord level, which gets you full access to our Discord channel, where we talk all things wrestling and anything else your heart desires throughout this week, including the beginnings of a really fun D&D campaign run by longtime listener Jason Chapa, or sign up at the $5 Fatal 4 Plus level and get all that, along with exclusive monthly bonus shows from our sister shows, Now That's What I Call Cinema, Squared Circle Strafe, and the flagship Didn't Get All of It, along with our exclusive wider look at the world of pro wrestling, Didn't Get All of It Japan on Excursion, which we just dropped a brand new episode covering the August 27, 2009 episode of SmackDown, featuring the inaugural IWGP Intercontinental Champion MVP.
My favorite United States champion of all time.
Yeah, absolutely one of the best. And now some A-Block news. All right. We have a little bit of news to cover. The only thing from the Noah side of things, Ozawa beat Masaki Tamiya in front of his third straight championship sellout crowd. And will be having his next defense at Noah's Memorial Voyage show on May 3rd against Kenta.
Where the buck stops there.
Yeah, probably. It seems like it. I can't imagine them not wanting to put it on Kenta just.
I mean, what's the over-under, man?
I don't know. I would love if Ozawa did beat him because I really like Ozawa. I think he's fun. Too. And I think
really enjoy that guy.
It would be a huge feather in his cap and show that Noah's maybe more interested in the youth movement by putting him over Kenta, but I just can't see it happening.
Yeah, and it's like the wrestling trope. You build up a guy so much or whatever because, like I said, he has 3 straight title defenses and everything. Mm-hmm. The way he come to get the title or whatever was kind of, I guess, a little controversial, right? You just out of nowhere, a pow, big shock and awe type situation and whatnot, and it's just. He's doing well. People like him. I liked him a lot.
Yeah, he's doing very well.
But they're doing the thing. Like I said, they build him up. He's getting all kinds of steam and everything. And then you bring Kenta back, pow. Chop that shit down.
I mean, it feels very similar to what they did with Kiyomiya and Muto.
Oh, my God. Kiyomiya is slowly becoming the Voldemort of our pod. It's just like we dare not say his name because like
something terrible is going to happen to him. Yes.
Yes.
The more we talk about him, the more he has something unfortunate.
Oh man.
But yeah, hopefully Noah's smart and they will ride with Ozawa, because I think that'd be more interesting.
Mm-hmm. I think that should be a T-shirt. Ride with Ozawa.
Listen, it'd be better than some of the shirts they put out. They're not a great T-shirt company.
Y'all can't be AEW.
Yeah, some All Japan news. There was a change to the Champion Carnival lineup, which we'll talk more with Jessica about in a little bit. But Cyrus will be replaced after some health issues and has been replaced by Takashi Yoshida.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica, do we know what exactly Cyrus's issues have been?
No, it just says poor physical health, which can mean like anything. Basically, I think it just means he's sick or something, because they did that with Sawama. When he had COVID, they just wrote poor physical health, and it just ended up being COVID.
Mm-hmm. Very vague, because I mean, it can be a range of things.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Or it could just be they're sick. Good Lord.
I don't know. I mean, far be it for me to go to extremes when we're talking about professional wrestling.
No, you would never do such a thing.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, it was funny because I was trying to find more information. There's just none out there. It's kind of interesting that it seems like All Japan is a little bit more protective of what they put out there than the other companies.
Yeah, hey man.
Yeah, that's just what they say when anyone's like they said Musashi had gastro, but they said Cyrus has got poor physical health. So I don't know. They might be just protecting him. I was just waiting until Cyrus says something, but if he doesn't, sorry, you missed out on the carnival. I'll see you next carnival.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We also have a little bit of Stardom news. Mina Shirakawa is leaving Stardom. She's officially signed with AEW. Her final dates with the company will be the April 2nd Korakuen Hall show, where she'll face Micah, and Stardom's US events. So I know you guys talked about this a little bit on Didn't Get All of it. But from our side, it does suck with her leaving.
Mm-hmm. I'm not too hopeful. I mean, I people love Mina. I love Mina. But it's just the way they treat talent as of current in AEW. They come in, big fanfare, a little shock and awe or whatever, and then they just kind of disappear. Then you see them every other week. They might get shoehorned into a stable that do nothing, and then you still might see them every other week, pop up on Collision, relegate to a couple shows in ROH, then just like, what the fuck happened to Mina? I don't know. But the only other thing, I think I even said that on the main show, is there is rumors about her homie leaving, Mariah May. So like, it seems odd that she would come and join the company to where her friend is, and then her friend is wind up leaving and whatnot. So maybe that's just what it is on the surface, a rumor.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, I mean, she's obviously had some success over here already.
Oh, yeah.
People gravitated to her very quickly.
Especially when she come out to the Fast and the Furious music from Fast and Furious 5, the Rio music.
Yes, hopefully she won't have that same thing, but I mean, that women's division is very quickly getting very full.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. There's a lot of talent there, but just will she get lost in the shuffle?
Yeah.
Other bit of Stardom news, they have announced the feature matches for All-Star Grand Queendom. April 27th, it will feature Sayaka Mitani and Tam Nakano, career versus career for the World of Stardom Championship. Starlight Kid versus Azumi for the Wonder of Stardom title. Mayu Iwatani versus Shuri for the IWGP Women's Championship.
That's a statement that I don't hear often. That IWGP Women's Championship.
Yeah, it's just for the big shows. And then Wing Gory. Jesus.
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
I know. Wing Gory of Hanan and Saya Ida versus FWC, Hazuki and Kaguma for the Goddess Stardom Championship. I'm really excited for this show. Those 4 matches alone all have match of the year potential. I think this is going to be a really good show for Stardom.
Jessica, I know you're the All Japan resident expert for this pod, but like, are you enjoying any of the other Japanese promotions?
No.
Good. All right, that's all I needed to know.
No, I just don't have time to watch. I wish I
understand.
did
There's
watch
so much
more
wrestling.
TJPW because I love that, and Dragon Gate, but I just don't have time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're kind of like me in a way to where like most of the absorption of these products is through a lot of clips and reshares and just kind of like talking with Kaz and Will and everybody like that, and just like, hey, you should watch this, and I go sort it out a little bit, and I'll be like, oh, you are correct, I should have watched this.
Yeah, we're slowly but surely getting him into the other promotions.
I'm starting to recognize names. Still can't pronounce them, but I'm recognizing them.
That's how it starts. That's how everybody starts. But yeah, I'm really excited for that show. The Marigold side of things.
But that's a name that I recognize right there. Both of them.
Your favorite, Utami Hayashishita, successfully defended the Marigold Championship against Bozilla. B-Rob, both of these women are going to be in NXT within 2 years.
Probably less.
It might be. Because there's just not a lot for them to do in Marigold. There isn't.
Yeah. And
especially Utami.
I don't think, in this, and I wouldn't even necessarily say it's because like they've done everything they can do. It's just like the company itself is very fledgling or whatever. I mean, they don't have a lot of talent on the roster, and then it's just like it's still in its infancy and whatnot. So they've pretty much ran the gamut for this show.
Yeah, I mean, we've known that Utami wasn't long for Japan for a while now.
Ever since I seen her for that, what was that? The historic crossover when she tagged
the first crossover. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I seen her there, I just knew that she was destined for great things, and still kind of waiting on that.
I imagine once the NXT women's division clears out a little, she'll be getting the call.
Because it's a log jam in that mug, boy. And then goddamn Bozilla, which Bozilla needs to get. If she's gonna go to NXT, she need to go now so they can get rid of that girl from what's that? LFG. Yeah. Bozilla knockoff.
She's a much better version, and she's gotten. Because we've talked about it, she's gotten so much better since the first time we saw her.
Oh, yeah, and more massive.
And she's just tremendously impressive, and I think she's one of the few that I think is going to make that jump sooner than later.
Jessica, I don't mean to put more on your plate, but you need to sort out some Bozilla.
I've heard about her. I only hear good things, and I think I heard there was a rumor she's going to NXT, but I had no idea about Utami.
Oh, please.
I mean, the Marigold stuff's on Wrestle Universe, so if you're watching the TJPW stuff, just watch those Marigold main events.
And if you have some issue with that, just hit us in the DM. We have ways to make things happen.
Yeah, we got stuff. A couple things from Josh Barnett's Bloodsport that are relevant to us. That show's going to feature a number of Japanese talent, including Mia Yamashita taking on Natalia Neidhart. I think that's going to be real interesting.
For real, just to see her outside of the WWE bubble.
Because here's the thing. She was, before she came to WWE years ago, I was a fan. And she was always really talented. I mean, she's Jim Neidhart's kid. So she's got some natural talent, and she was good on the indies, and she had a spell in Japan.
But this is the thing about it, though, is like Natalia
still pull that out.
Yeah, Natalia is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just she's fall victim to the booking of the company that she's in.
No, she's always been very good. It's just whether or not she's been given the opportunity to show it.
Yeah, she is the Dolph Ziggler of the women's division.
I can see that. Yeah. The other match that we've had announced so far is Carmen Petrovic versus Micah.
This one's wild.
Interesting. That is not a matchup I was expecting. A Stardom talent versus a WWE talent.
Let alone just Carmen being on the card, period.
Yeah, I think I'm really excited for this Bloodsport because there's a number of matches that are interesting. And then Konami still hasn't had her match announced. I'm curious where she fits in.
Up, down, down, left, right, ABA, select, start.
You're I really need to remember that you make that joke every time. I forgot.
Every time I hear Konami, man, I just video games. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Also,
you're right.
WrestleMania weekend, Minoru Suzuki has added another date to his WrestleMania weekend plans, appearing at DDT's event, defending the DDT Universal Championship against his fellow legend, Yoshihiko.
You know what? For real. We need to do a Yoshihiko dive because I need to know the origin.
Yeah, we very much need Will for that. He will.
Yeah, I need the meteoric rise of this individual because I've only seen this legendary performer in passing and just hearsay and whatnot, but I've never rested my eyes on the full match.
Yes, we definitely need.
I want to know how this shit started.
Jessica, do you know Yoshihiko?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, good.
Everybody does.
Yeah.
Just making sure. Yeah. That's something we definitely need to. We might even replace the excursion we're about to do with Yoshihiko if we can find enough stuff. Because we do need to do that. If for anybody who doesn't know, Yoshihiko, legendary Japanese blow-up doll wrestler. And if you think, is that a gimmick that they pretend to be a blow-up doll? No, it's a blow-up doll.
Yeah, it is a blow-up.
And it is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Not the weirdest thing to come out of Japan either.
Not by a long shot. We've covered some weirder stuff already.
Mm-hmm. I've seen some weirder stuff.
Yes. And the final bit of news we have, another loss for the Japanese scene. Former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion Kevin Knight is officially headed to AEW after his signing was announced Saturday after Collision. We kind of knew this was coming.
Yeah. I was hoping it was more of on the Impact side.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, here he is. From what I've seen, he's done some stuff on Collision already. But he will also, I think, primarily been in ROH doing stuff.
Right. Yeah, he just had I think it was Jay White. He was wrestling on Collision this past weekend.
Yes.
At which people seem to enjoy very much. So, we've seen him be great in the junior division, and he's got the size to step up from that too.
Yep. And we've heard people lie about his height.
Yeah, I was trying to yes, because I have a picture standing right next to him, which will tell you that he is not maybe not as tall as he's built, but he's still great. Still a great talent. AEW hopefully will use him correctly.
You know what I want? Since they're on the same umbrella now, I want Speedball Mike Bailey versus Kevin Knight.
Ooh, I do like that. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
See those two flying around against each other. Yeah, I like that. I think that's all the news we have. When we come back, we're going to start our All Japan talk with Jessica. And we're back, and we're going to talk a little bit of All Japan with Jessica. Jessica, introduce yourself a little bit and tell us how you got into All Japan Pro Wrestling.
So, when I came to Japanese wrestling, I was just strictly New Japan for like the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2019, around this time, so Champion Carnival time, I started seeing GIFs and pictures and videos of this one guy. I'm just like, I had to check out who he is. He has like this amazing aura. And it turned out to be Kento Miyahara. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm hooked. So it actually took a while for me to start watching it. I started in October 2019 with Jake Lee versus Kento because I'm just like, oh yeah, I definitely want Jake Lee to win. Yeah, and just ever since then, I was hooked. New Japan fell to the side. Noah, AJPW, they all fell to the side. All Japan became my number one.
Nice.
I think we need to make reference to the fact that we're so very happy you said that Jake Lee is what got you there.
Hell yes.
Because our
Love
other
Jake
co-host who's not here tonight, Will, is very anti-Jake Lee.
Yeah, he is a Jake Lee hater, and I hate that he hates Jake Lee.
We also love Jake Lee, so that's perfect. You fitted perfectly.
Yes.
I would say whenever I first started getting into All Japan, a little bit of probably about the same time as you. The first time I tried, Kento Miyahara was the guy that pulled me in as well. I thought he had that same aura that like Okada had. At least because like you said, I was mostly New Japan as well, and that was the guy that brought me to be like, I ought to check that out too. So yeah, I see that a lot. I mean, is he currently still your guy, or do you have other favorites?
He is one of my favorites, but my number one guy is definitely Yuma Aoyagi. I just think he's just such a good wrestler. And I know a lot of people say, oh, he's too goofy now, but I don't care. He's goofy, but I still love him.
Right. That's one thing I did want to bring up and talk to you about a little bit. Because when people think of All Japan, they think, 80s, 90s, Kings Road All Japan, where it's just this really rough, hard-hitting style. And it's really not that anymore.
No. There's still flashes of it, definitely.
Right.
You can see it now and then. But yeah, I think I said on my Champion Carnival preview, if you're coming for like 80s and 90s All Japan into modern day, like don't, because you probably won't like it.
Right. It's very modernized. It feels like a modern, like closer to what you'd get from a New Japan or a Noah type of show.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yo, I am just going down. I'm looking at like the all-time roster, like alumni and everything. I'm seeing a couple of people that I'm familiar with. I see Onita on here. The big cat Ernie Ladd, Bob Sapp.
Yeah. B-Row, you're only All Japan
adjacent
touchstones have been a few of the older matches we've shown you, I think.
Yeah, I've only seen like classic matches. I don't know anything about current day except for the person that made you sad.
Right. Yeah, so that's one thing we're gonna have to get you. So one of the reasons that I want to have Jessica on is so we could introduce more people to All Japan, because there is a lot of good stuff happening right now. Yes, definitely you. Yes, and our wider audience. But yes, so Yuma Aoyagi. I know you talk a lot on your show about the Saitos as well. It's very curious your thoughts on them.
I love them, and it's so much fun watching them, because when I first started watching them, like when they debuted, I'm like, oh, this isn't good. They're so stiff. They're just so awkward. And they went on an excursion, which All Japan wrestlers don't really do a lot anymore. Like, they're the only two that I've seen go on excursion. And they came back and they're still a bit awkward. They joined Voodoo Murders, which is never a good thing. Voodoo Murders is terrible. But then they just grew so much into their own. They became this amazing tag team. Last year, they broke out as single stars. They've just got so much better. And I know they're not for everybody, and that's fine. But just the growth they've had since they started to now is just insane.
Oh, so they won the tag league last year, right?
They won tag league. They didn't drop a match. They were the tag champions. Yeah, they've done it all with the tag scene last year.
Oh, I'm looking at a little bit on them. Yeah, this is a good looking tag team.
Yeah, they're fun. I just finished the March 9th, I believe, show where they had a tag title match against Kento Miyahara and Anzai, right?
No, Yuma Aoyagi.
No, it was Aoyagi. Yeah, yes, it was. Yeah. Yes, it was. You're right.
Yeah, that was really good.
It was. I thought it was excellent. See, I hadn't seen the Saitos actually wrestle in a couple of years, like since the last time I checked in with All Japan. They are so much better than I remember.
Yeah.
I have a question. About the Saitos. Do they do Saito suplexes?
They do other stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. They don't need to. I really enjoyed that match. I put it on our best of list for this year after I watched it.
Oh, you did? All right.
I did. Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, you will really like that match. They also have been a little bit more into the Japanese pop culture. They just put out their own album, correct?
What?
Yeah, they brought out their own album in February, I believe. Yeah, they.
Is it on iTunes? I would download it right now.
I'm not sure. I think it's on Spotify, though.
Yeah, so they've kind of branched out and become a little bigger than you might expect from a wrestling tag team.
Yeah, but they were already pretty big. Like, when they go back to their hometown, it's insane. Like, they have to change venues to a larger venue half the time. They have their own show in their hometown. It's on YouTube. It's Taxi something. I can't remember the proper name for it, but it's just so fun. They go in a taxi. They say, "Hey, where do you want to?"
Right now,
yeah,
Saito Brothers.
Yeah, you're gonna enjoy these guys.
I just downloaded the album. I probably won't understand shit.
Yeah. So there's a number of guys to check out. Just a few people to check out for people who wanted to start getting into All Japan. Those are probably the biggest names to start with. But is there anything that All Japan does different than the other promotions in particular?
To produce J-pop stars.
Yes.
That's one thing. I think something they do that's good, which we've seen a lot lately, is push the younger stars.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling you before we started recording that when Anzai won the Triple Crown, that was really a reset. And that's when they really push forward the younger stars. And like Kento's still there. Suwama's still there. Like the older guys are still there. But the younger guys are at the forefront. They're the real stars of the show. And, Kento is kind of a supporting act and moves to the main event when he needs, but then moves back when he's not. And it's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of the thing that we've been wanting from New Japan for a number of years that they're finally just starting to do, is let the younger guys take over. So if you're wanting,
kinda,
it's still New Japan, so it's a slow burn because it's what they always do. But if you're wanting to see a real youth movement, All Japan is doing that.
Yeah,
and I think it's really cool. Is there any matches or shows or anything in particular that if you think somebody first time watching it should check out, or do you think maybe like this Champion Carnival is a good introduction for people?
Like it's pretty easy to jump in at any time because I don't really have like major storylines. But if you want to check it out, definitely Anzai's Triple Crown reign. I will always recommend that. He went through like Kento, Suwama, Hideki, Honda, Ray, and Yuma Aoyagi. So it's like all the main guys you want to see, and every match was so good that like you just got to check it out, especially because this guy was less than 2 years into his career and he was putting on these amazing matches. Definitely, check that out. Start from there.
Okay, I'm sold. I'll start with the carnival here starting in April 9th.
Yeah, I'm planning on watching all of that, and I think we'll start getting more All Japan.
You plan on watching all of Japan?
I mean, just about at this point.
For real.
Is there anything else you think we ought to know about All Japan?
Come in with an open mind, I reckon. Ooh. Don't come in thinking 80s and 90s. Come in expecting a lot of young guys. And you may think, okay, they don't hit as hard or they're not as good as they can be. But that's just it. Like, they're still learning and they're just getting so much better. Like, seeing Rising Hayato for when he started in All Japan to now is just like night and day. It's amazing. Just follow their journey and come in with an open mind.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, is that kind of like the basis for your podcast and everything, is just to kind of like tout these tenets of All Japan that you just kind of laid out for us?
Yeah, just tell people what's going on, try help people get into it, promote the younger guys, promote the older guys. I just want to help All Japan get out there more.
Good.
Very cool. I love it.
Excellent. And for some reason, this album is playing on my phone.
That'll be your new workout soundtrack.
Yeah.
All right. I think that'll do it for that. When we come back, we're going to cover the Champion Carnival. And we are back, and we're going to go over the Champions Carnival for All Japan Pro Wrestling. We'll start with the A block side of things, which features Kento Miyahara, Jun Saito, Hideki Suzuki, Shotaro Ashino, Kuma Arashi, Kengo Mashimoto, Zion, Takashi Yoshida, and Davey Boy Smith Jr. Who were your standouts for A block here?
Definitely Kento, Jun, Hideki. Definitely, since you signed this year. Like, Kento's always going to be a favorite in any tournament he's in, to be honest.
Right.
Jun, he's a Triple Crown champion. I mean, he has to have a good showing, and I reckon he will. Like, I told you, like, they broke out into single stars, the Saito brothers, and Jun has just been maybe better than Ray. I know that's controversial because it's very 50-50 with people, but I think Jun's been better than Ray a little bit.
So, I mean, you have a little more insight than I do. I'm just looking at names on a bright piece of paper right now. One that sticks out to me the most is Zion. What can you tell me about that?
Yeah, the former Zion Quinn.
What?
Yes, that is Zion
That
Quinn.
is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I was hoping I'd surprise you with that, yes.
Yeah, you got me. I definitely got to watch this shit now.
Yeah. He's Australian. I know that. Who played rugby league here. I know that. I don't know too much about him. Like, I never watched him at NXT. I knew he was there.
You didn't listen missing much.
Yeah, but he was on the 29th show. His first time in All Japan. He was in a tag team match, and he's very serious.
Okay. Speaking of very serious or whatever, there's a name on this list also in the A block that you have very serious thoughts about, and that's Davey Boy Smith Jr. Tell me what the hell is going on, because I want to know. I don't want to be in the dark.
So I can't stand this guy, right? First of all, I have points. So number one, I think he's so boring. I try to find positives in him, but I just can't. Second, he won the Triple Crown when I don't think he deserved it, especially against Yuma Aoyagi, who's my favorite. And when he was giving his speech, he thanked Johnny Ace. I'm just like, out of all people, you thank him?
Amidst the allegations.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he told Honda, like, oh, go back to North Korea or wherever you're from. I'm just like, fuck off. Like, you're wrestling a Japanese guy in Japan. Just, talk some, I'll beat you up next time or something just like that. Something cliche. You don't need to say shit like that. And then someone dug up stuff from when he was in New Japan and was pretty, like, homophobic to best friends. I'm just like, yeah. If I wasn't already done with this guy, I'm done with him now.
God. Yeah, I'm sorry for bringing that up. That's some bad stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you know the history of some of that family, it's not the most surprising thing you've ever heard. But I would agree from what I've seen. Yeah, Miyahara and Jun Saito, obviously. Is there anybody in A block that you think is maybe a dark horse that might have a really good showing here?
God, I don't want to say Davey Boy, but it's gonna be him.
Don't say it.
If I had my way, it'd be Ashino. He's won the Carnival before. He unfortunately got injured after. I just want him to do good. I love Ashino so much. But I don't think Zion or Yoshida or Mashimo will be up the top. But probably Ashino.
Just to be a jackass, I was like, I want Zion to win.
He's definitely one. Him and Hideki Suzuki, who also spent a little bit of time in NXT.
That's probably how he got in the Carnival.
Audiences. Yeah. Okay. So we will be watching those guys. And then on B block, we have Yuma Aoyagi, Rei Saito, Hakuto Omori, Yuma Anzai, Ryuki Honda, Ren Ayabe. I think I know how to pronounce this.
Okay.
Agle Blanc?
I'd say, just something like that.
Okay. Close enough.
I know it's
Aigle Blanc. That's what I say. Aigle Blanc.
Aigle. Okay, that would actually make more sense in French. Yeah,
you're saying they're way better than anything that I can muster up.
Yeah. I was never going to ask you.
Good.
Mike DiVecchio and Makoto Kikuta, who are our standouts for this block.
The two Yumas, definitely. Rei Saito, 100%. And then you got the dark horses. I reckon Honda, Ayabe maybe, but he did win the Royal Road tournament last year. And Kikuta. the guy from Dragon Gate. Like, he got the big win on the 29th show in the tag. So I can see him pretty high, actually.
I'm just Googling my ass off right now.
Well, listen, that's a good, not a bad way to learn. Figure out who these guys are and then decide who your favorites are. I know you were talking on your show that you just put out that you were pretty high on Mike DiVecchio as well.
Oh, yeah. I love this guy. I didn't know who he was until he came into Tag League last year. And I thought he was just this big guy because he's got muscles. He looks like a bodybuilder type guy.
Oh, shit.
And he comes in the ring and he just starts flipping around everywhere. I'm like, holy shit. Like, you're awesome.
Yeah, he reminded me a little bit of if Brian Cage did more high flying stuff.
Or also, like, matter of fact, as I Googled this man, he has a match, and that's one of the ones that come up, him versus Brian Cage.
That doesn't surprise me, yeah.
But another person that I kind of put in that set as well is he was in WWE. He was a part of Imperium, the bald one.
Oh.
Da Vinci or whatever.
Yeah, Giovanni Vinci.
Yeah. Like, he was another one that kind of surprised me. I mean, he was a bigger guy or whatever, but he would freaking springboard from springboard and springboard and show, like, goddamn, what are you doing?
Right.
Yeah, the fans took to Mike D so easily. They loved him straight away. He has a shirt already. Like, I saw Mike D and it has Champion Carnival dates on it. It's very cute. Because sometimes it takes a while for the crowd to warm up to foreigners. Cyrus, they warmed up 100% straight away. Mike D, 100% straight away. So, yeah, we'll see with Zion and Eagle Blanc, because he was there before, but that was a while ago and he was a junior back then.
Controversial
that's a name
statement.
I've heard. What do you got?
Everyone loves the D.
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying. Mike D.
Yeah, this is why they don't let you put shirts out.
You're right.
This is why Paul's in charge of that. But yeah, Ugly Blanc. It's a name I say heard. I very rarely hear it actually spoken. Obviously, because I didn't know how to pronounce it. But I've seen a number of times, and I've heard good things, but I've never actually watched one of his matches. So that's what I'm definitely interested in seeing. But as far as B Block, you're thinking one of the Yumas comes out of this?
Oh no, Ray. 100% Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll win the whole tournament.
Oh shit. Okay. I was about to ask. So you have Ray Saito winning Champion Carnival.
The thing is,
I'm gonna put a star by that.
There's this little story that June's the champion, so he's Triple Crown champion. Ray asked him for a title match, and June said no. Win some singles matches.
Oh, I got you.
Then Ray lost to a junior, so he's like at the bottom of the pile now. So if he can win the block, if he can win the tournament, June can't say no anymore.
Hell yeah, I like that.
I like that. Yeah,
you just laid it out for me. I like that shit.
See, now we have a storyline through the tournament for you to follow.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna be looking forward to that.
Now, have they ever faced each other in singles before?
Yeah, June and Raya.
Yeah, okay.
Not for any title or anything. I think it was maybe Champion Carnival last year, actually.
Okay.
When they went back to their hometown, and that's when they had to actually change venues because they needed more space.
That makes sense. Okay, well, I like that. I like that pick. So, and then let's see. So we have Ray coming out of the B block. Did you tell us who you have coming out of A block?
Oh no, I think Kento, because what happened last year is June lost to Kento in the Champion Carnival final. So if Ray beats Kento, that's like another point for him.
Mm-hmm. And then we should mention Kento and June just had a match.
Yeah.
Last night night before last. Where June beat Kento Miyahara to defend the Triple Crown title.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what I've heard, I haven't gotten to watch it yet. I've heard it's very good.
Yeah, June's on a roll, actually. Defeated Kento, Yuma Anzai, Yuma Oyagi. Like, he's taking out all the top guys.
Noted.
All right.
I don't think Ray will beat him in the title match if they actually
I was going to ask that, yes.
June, I don't see him losing the belt.
Interesting. I was going to ask if you thought that he had any shot at beating his brother, but not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is always hope, especially because how popular the Saitos are, so swapping it from one Saito to the other wouldn't be the worst thing.
Or, hear me out, They can be co-champions and they can split the belt in half.
That's never worked once.
I don't know. I can argue that point. I mean, it worked once.
Okay, hold on. Let me try and guess which one you liked. You liked Michelle McCool and Layla's version. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking about when you said, co-champions.
It was either that or China and Jericho, and I knew you'd go with Michelle and Layla.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know my podcast partner. All right. Was there anything else about Champion Carnival you think we need to know or pay attention to?
Pay attention to the juniors, actually. They're not in the carnival, but what's happening?
Except for Davey Smith Jr.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Don't worry about him. I'm skipping all of his matches. So if you expect me to cover his matches on Jumping Knee-Pod, I'm sorry, but you're out of luck.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the juniors on the undercard.
Okay.
Yeah, so the juniors are on the undercard. There's none in the tournament. But pay attention to what's happening with the junior scene because Musashi still owes a title shot to Seki Yoshioka. So we get that. I think Asuki is looking for the belt as well. But yeah, because the carnival goes for so long. There's over 60 matches. I know how tough it is to watch tournaments. I've been watching Japanese tournaments since 2019 and it's hard. But if you just want to watch a couple, I would say A Block, Kento, June, 100% definitely. B Block, Ray, and Anzai.
Cool.
Noted.
I think it's a really good jumping on point for anybody looking into All Japan.
Me.
Exactly. Well, Jessica, thank you very much for being on with us today and covering All Japan.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. I'm always down to talk to All Japan on podcasts or just in DMs.
Mm-hmm. Well, before you ride out and everything, let everybody know where they can find you on social media and promote your show.
So on Twitter, I'm Sister Jessie and Raw Road 72. Raw Road 72 is my All Japan fan account because All Japan doesn't have an English account anymore. So I try to do what I can. On BlueSky, Sister Jessie. And I host Champion Knee-Pod, which is a modern day All Japan pro wrestling podcast. No 90s or 80s, sorry about that. It's just modern day stuff. But yeah, we release an episode basically once a month, sometimes twice a month. Yeah, you can find me there.
Awesome. Noted. Well, thank you again for being on, and we'll have all that in our show notes. And when we come back, B-Rob and I are going to talk the New Japan cards for this upcoming couple weeks.
And welcome back for some hard D-block action. Yeah, we're going to do it when the lady leave. But we're going to cover...
Yeah, of course you do.
We're going to cover Sakura Genesis Jr., right? Am I reading that right?
Yeah, we're just going to... I basically just had us cover the main big matches on each card. Yeah, we're starting Sakura Junior Genesis.
Yeah, and I swear to God, even before I gave it the proper introduction, I was going to say Sega Genesis because I can't fucking help myself.
Yeah, I trust us. We know.
I can't help it. It's just every time I see it, it's Sega Genesis.
Yes, I do again prefer the Sakura Mega Drive.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, so on that card, it's basically a 3-match card. We got Hiroshi Tanahashi continuing the retirement tour against Ryusuke Taguchi.
It's a junior card.
Yeah. This match will be exactly what you think it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely nothing interesting happens.
There's going to be butt stuff in this. I know that much.
Oh, absolutely. Just all butt stuff. Mm-hmm. Basically, a DDT match.
Pretty much.
Imagine if it was. We also have for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Titles, Taiji Ishimori and Robbie X of the now both War Dogs, against Kosei Fujita and Robbie Eagles, the Ichiban Sweet Boys for champions.
I don't see these guys losing them belts.
No, especially not here. I don't imagine putting belts on Robbie X. As much as he's fine. He's a good talent. I just don't think he's championship material yet.
Yeah. Especially since he's involved with Elon.
What? Jesus.
X.
Christ almighty.
I'm sorry.
No, you aren't. That's the problem. You're not sorry.
I'm not at all.
This is what happens when it's just the two of us.
Just
I don't,
two of us.
God bless America. And in the main event of Sakura Junior Gen, this is IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, Clark Connors versus El Desperado.
What's the over-under of Desperado losing this shit?
Listen, at this point, I'm not guessing the junior title anymore because weird shit keeps happening.
Yeah, for real. And then, from what I view of New Japan and everything, they always have this thing. It's almost Tony Khan-like in a way, to where, if it was destined for Doki and Desperado to do the thing, and one of them is out injured, Doki, Desperado going to hold on to that thing till Doki come back.
Right. It's like in AEW, they're just going to have Mox keep the belt until August when Darby comes back.
Yeah, no shit.
They're just going to ruin everything through All In. Just
I mean that's why they're keeping it in the case. That's why they're keeping it in the briefcase.
God, imagine if they did that. Imagine if they had Mox and just go through All In and just ruin everything.
My God, get Darby off that fucking mountain.
Well, or just get the belt away from Mox. I don't care if Darby's off the mountain or not. Just give him the
shit. Fuck it. Let them have the match on the mountain,
or send Mox to the mountain.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let them have the match on the mountain.
Yeah, fuck it.
It will be a true King of the Mountain match.
Whoever wins, we lose.
Shit, whoever wins or lose, they just stay up there.
And that's your AEW talk for tonight. Despy. I think Despy walks away with that. I think it'll be a very good match though, because Clark Connors has gotten a lot better in the last couple of years.
I like his confidence now, or whatever. I'm still not totally sold on him, but I do recognize the improvement.
If you told me this is the match that is his coming out as a really good junior, it wouldn't surprise me.
So brave.
I don't know how I don't see that coming. And then we move on to Sakura Genesis.
Yeah.
We open with Yuya Uemura versus Sonata.
I am interesting. Yes, I am. I am interested in this match because it's I guess it's kind of a revenge for just five guys type situation here.
Yeah. I really want Yuya to win this.
I do too.
I don't think he will, but I want him to.
Because fuck Sonata. I mean, he got goatee glasses still.
Well, it's like we were talking with Jessica. All Japan's in the middle of a youth movement where they're putting their young guys over the old guys.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this is a good spot to do it.
Yeah, I would love for it to happen because a big win for Yuya would do a lot for him.
Yeah, and then this probably would have been something that would have happened, already if he didn't unfortunately get injured.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, fuck Sonata.
Yes. For the NJPW World Television Championship, Great O'Khan versus El Phantasmo.
If you don't put that shit on Great O'Khan right now,
I mean, you kind of have to now, don't you? I mean, he's been after it for long enough.
Yeah, and Great O'Khan should have hardware at all times.
Because I'm trying to think. Was he part of the 6-man champions at one point?
I think he might have been. I can't recall. Don't make me lie to you.
Yeah. But either way, he needs singles gold.
Yeah. He needs legit gold, not that fucking KOP Elemental P title and shit.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the New Japan Twitter put out it'd been the 1 year anniversary of Great O'Khan and Tongaloa doing the eating contest. And Gabe Kidd replied to it and said, "Don't ever fucking show that again."
Exactly. I tried to wipe it from my memory, but you jogged it back, you son of a bitch.
This is New Japan's fault. They put it on their official...
Yeah, but you read it out loud.
Yep, they'll put that out on their official Twitter, but if somebody, a fan wants to put out a video of somebody doing something cool, they'll get it pulled.
Fucking copyright bastards.
Yeah. Also, we have... this match interests me for a number of reasons. Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Shota Umino.
The implications.
There are, yes. So we had, it happened after our last episode, but they had a show and Tanahashi and Shota were talking backstage, and Tanahashi kind of said that Yamura was kind of his guy as far as the young guys go.
Yeah.
And
stings.
And then Shota came and then laid out a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And Shota came off a little, dare I say, heelish.
Dun dun dun.
And I mean, there's been talk to Shota maybe make the full turn and maybe bring a few guys with him for a new faction.
Oh no, this is exactly what we need.
Well, I mean, we've gotten rid of a number of them lately, so maybe that's the reason.
I don't know. We'll see.
Imagine Sonata makes a jump to another faction.
No, stop putting bad ideas in my head.
That's what I'm here for. I don't think this, like it's a Tanahashi match. It's going to be as good as whoever his opponent is. And listen, so far Shota hasn't shown me.
I don't like your hesitation with that statement.
Shota needs to show me he can lead a match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because he's just.
It's an interesting spot.
He's just missing something.
His hair.
And I don't. Well, fuck me. I don't know. Like he's missing that
something.
Confidence.
I got you.
That other guys have.
I mean, the whole thing going into. I mean, honestly, just his performance from the G1 up until Zack Sabre Jr. is like he's been off.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can remember on this show and even beyond to where we had high hopes for Shota.
Yeah, everybody did.
Yes, it is just something. Well, I mean, we know speculative what happened, but like ever since then, it's just been a steep decline. This motherfucker lost a match against Great Khan, who should be the New Japan World Television Champion. And, since the boy got his head shaved, I mean, you think something new would grow from that? A phoenix would rise from the ashes, but we ain't getting shit.
No, the reboot didn't.
It didn't hit right yet.
Yeah, but maybe this is where it starts, and Tanahashi has some good ideas of where to go with it.
Hopefully, yeah. And it's so far it's just been Tanahashi going around on this tour, pretty much going out with his friends and everything. He's gonna have Taguchi prior to this, and he already fought Makabe, I believe, and Goto, and just the homies. Yeah. So now he's actually taking on some of the future of this company or whatever in Shota, and I believe he's still got the match with Takeshita, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so we'll see if maybe this is finally the time for Shota.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Speaking of the 6-man tag titles, another 6-man tag team championship on the line. Taiji Ishimori, Trilla Maloney, Gabe Kidd versus Sho, Red Narita, and Yujiro.
Put it on Gabe and them.
Interesting.
Because I want Gabe to be a double champ for whatever reason.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's too big for it, but also it gives him something to do for a little bit.
I was just exactly going to say the same thing. It's just like they ain't doing shit with him. They're not capitalizing on it, really. I mean, he gets the crowd behind him every time he comes out, but it's just he's in a holding pattern right now, and it kind of sucks. But they got to do something with him. Yeah.
So I think maybe that's just give him a title, let him do something with that with Trilla and Ishimori for a little bit. And then
I mean, they got so much going on, man. It's a log jam. That's been my coin of phrase for a lot of shit, especially with the women's division in NXT. And it's especially with the main event scene here. It's just, they got too much shit going on.
Which, I mean, listen, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, true. You're right.
But hopefully, he'll probably get heated back up for G1.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of a good problem to have, this next match.
Yes, Never Openweight title, Konosuke Takeshita defending against Ryohei Oiwa.
I like both of these people, and I'm sad that one of them was going to have to lose.
Listen, if you tell me this is the best match of the night, it would not shock me.
I wish they pull a Gabe Kidd and they just go to a time limit draw.
Let me see. That'd be a 30-minute draw because those are 30-minute time limit matches. I wouldn't be against it, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't want to see any of these two lose clean right now. If we're not getting the title change, I'm just like, fuck it, do shenanigans.
Right. If this were G1, I think you might be able to pull it off. I don't think Never Belt you'll do it though. Yeah. I mean, Takeshita wins. Oiwa's not,
of course, no problem.
Oiwa's not there yet, but he's not that far from it. He's gotten really good, and I think there's a lot of people who are really behind him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that has match of the night potential.
Mm-hmm.
Match that probably won't be match of the night.
Yeah.
IWGP tag team titles.
Yes.
Jeff Cobb and Callum Newman.
Jeff Cobb.
It does seem so. It seems that Sacrigenesis may be the swan song for Jeff Cobb here, as he teams with Callum Newman against Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito.
Yeah, it'll be the tale of the tape.
Mm-hmm. So Naito and Hiromu keep the belts, even though I don't know that I want them to.
I don't want let Cobb take it to NXT.
Jesus, imagine something crazy like that happen.
Hey, fuck it, man.
We did the fucking Carl Anderson thing again.
No, I mean, stranger things have happened within the past 3 years.
It has happened, yeah. Carl Anderson took the Never belts.
Yeah. You don't want to unass it.
And that sucked ass.
Yeah, because Carl Anderson, current day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I'd like them to drop the belts, but it's not going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have a match that could go either way. IWGP Global Championship, Evil versus Yota Tsuji.
Fuck.
If Evil can pull out the Evil that actually has good matches, this could be really good.
Yeah.
If it's just
I don't think Yoda let him sandbag for whatever reason.
Right. I mean, this has the potential to be good. This has the potential to be House of Torture shenanigan bullshit like usual.
Mm-hmm. And then, when I look at these two, I have leader versus leader vibes here, or whatever. Because on the low, I feel like Yota Tsuji is low key the true leader of LIJ right now. I
mean, basically, at the moment, he's the biggest ranking heavyweight because he's got the global title.
Mm-hmm.
So really, truly,
then Naito is just resting his knees in Hiromu backpack. So I don't know.
So it'll be Tsuji and his Carmen Sandiego get up and Evil.
It's not Carmen Sandiego.
That's what it looks like.
It's the LIJ logo, damn it. He's dressed like the LIJ logo.
Yes, I know. But Carmen Sandiego. Funnier. Where in the world is Yota Tsuji?
He's in Japan.
And then our main event,
case closed.
Our main event for Sacrigenesis, IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, David Finlay versus Hiroki Goto.
Is Sacrigenesis the stage for something like a David Finlay title win?
Kind of.
Anything that jumps to your mind, noteworthy that in Sacrigenesis.
So let me check this and make sure because I want to.
Because I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Let me make sure this is I am thinking of the right show. Yeah, last year Naito beat Tsuji. Sonata over Okada. I think it's 01. Not 101. 18.
So it doesn't sound like much of nothing.
No, this isn't the show. I'm thinking of the wrong show. But I mean, it wouldn't. Here's the thing. I've been saying it for a while now. Finley's going to take the title. And I said it was going to be
saying that for a long time. I think we've been saying it for the life of this show.
Just like right after Zach won it, I was like, well, Finley's the next guy. But as much as I'm less confident than I've ever been about it, because Goto has been really good as champion. He's been a really good draw, and I don't know if this is the time to go away from that.
And I would have said the same thing about Zack Sabre Jr. had he not gone up against Hiroki Goto.
Mm-hmm.
But, it is what it is, man.
I mean,
and then it's kind of like telling or whatever, because, I mean, we're going to talk about it after this. I mean, you have to follow this match, Zack Sabre Jr. versus David Finlay. So, I mean, implications.
Yeah, is that match going to be a title match?
Yeah, no shit.
Because Goto's not booked yet.
See? I mean...
It's like he's supposedly there's going to be a title match on that show.
Mm-hmm.
That's been the...
Matter of fact, they already confirmed 2 title matches for the next 2 American shows.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. But yes, Goto hasn't been booked on that show yet, but Finlay has.
Shaky legs.
The weird thing is that New Japan's always been really good about not spoiling things with announced cards.
Yeah, but when you do shit like this, I mean, come on.
So, I don't know.
We'll see.
I'm going to be very curious. If I had to pick...
If you had to put a percentage on this, what would you put on Finlay for the win?
I'm going to go 55-45 in Goto's favor. Like 45% chance Finlay walks away with it. It's just hard. It's hard for me to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. But like, just the shit they've been talking about Finlay and all this other stuff that they got going on with the the hierarchy of Bullet Club as a stable. I can see Finlay losing just to kind of further that other bullshit, But
yeah, I mean,
it remains to be seen, because like I can tell you more better outcome of this title match dependent upon Evil versus Yota Tsuji. Depending on how that match sways, I can tell you how this IWGP Heavyweight Championship is going to go.
I need you to understand something right now. If we get David Finlay versus Evil as a main event, I'm going to scream.
No, I wasn't leaning that way, but fuck, you made my heart drop. Let's move on. Goto's winning.
Because you understand that that's the implication if David Finlay wins.
No, I kind of the way I was gonna go is like, if Evil happened to wrangle the global championship, and for all intents and purposes, the global champion itself is kind of synonymous with David Finlay, and David Finlay loses the world title match, that could be a gloat thing between the stables, and that's something that Evil can hold over David Finlay's head. That's where I was going.
See, I could live with that. But because the next big show in Japan, if I'm correct, I don't know why I don't see it coming, and I just don't.
I'm sorry.
Let me make sure I'm correct. Windy City Ryan, Dantaku. Yeah, so the next defense in Japan would be at Dantaku.
Okay.
So Finlay versus Evil for the world title at Dantaku could be in the cards, and I don't want that. But we have another show before that even happens. We have Windy City Riot coming up on the 14th, I believe. And as we talked, Zack Sabre Jr. versus David Finlay is already booked for that show. I think that completely depends on the main event of Sakura Genesis.
Yeah,
because if Finlay wins that, then he's beating Zack at Windy City Riot.
For sure.
We also have probably one of the most interesting matches in the next few weeks: Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Konosuke Takeshita.
The Alpha versus the Ace.
And Tanahashi's final match in the United States.
Yeah, I kind of feel like, I don't know. This has been a long time coming.
Now, at the moment, I don't think the title's on the line.
Yeah, because I mean, technically,
because we don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that makes sense. Yeah. I don't know that the title should be on the line, but
nah,
it probably will. But also, I mean, Tanahashi's not beating Takeshita. That wouldn't make a lot of sense.
But then again, who knows?
But then again, do you want the guitar solo? Set everybody home happy.
I want it in his very last match. Yes, not this one.
Yeah. I mean, then again, I could see them doing it together after Takeshita wins. That'd be fun. What? No. You don't want Tanahashi and Takeshita doing a guitar solo?
No, I want Takeshita to like stump his face into the dirt.
but Takeshita's a face in New Japan.
Is he now?
I mean, kinda.
I mean, he is the face of New Japan. That's what I'll say.
He should be.
He should be.
If you told me this is, I think this would be a good match. If you told me this was Tanahashi's last great match, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Out of the retirement tour, I believe this will be probably within the top 3.
Yep.
And it's not 2 or 3.
Right. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me at all. We also have booked for Windy City Riot so far. We have for the number 1 contendership for Mercedes Martinez's.
Martinez?
Wrong Mercedes. Mercedes Monet. I don't even know where Mercedes Martinez is at the moment.
I've been drinking. So, I mean, for you to do that.
I just have coffee and water. So I got no excuse. For Mercedes Monet's New Japan Strong Women's Championship, Mina Shirakawa of AEW versus Azumi Stardom.
I think Azumi is going to win.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. But no, I take it back because, like, you know, of your statement you just made and we covered kind of in the news, Mina Shirakawa of AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think that kind of foretells where this is going. I think it'll be a really good match, though.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Azumi have a bad match in a while.
But then again, it'll still be weird because it'll be Mina in AEW versus AEW talent for a New Japan title.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So that's why I went with Azumi at first glance or whatever. But I mean, what you said kind of rung in my ears.
Yeah, this is a way to get Mercedes and Mina without having to go through Tony Khan booking.
Mm-hmm. And but then I would rather Azumi or whatever, and they can kind of have some kind of Mina interference, maybe, because I mean, she did take all those titles off of Mina. So I mean, I don't know. I'm interested either way.
Yeah, it'll be a good match. And then
because like I say Azumi because like I love the Watanabe match that she had, and you know that was kind of a showcase of her talents and whatnot. Now we're rather because we're gonna have Mina there all the fucking time now. So I mean, show somebody else.
Listen, I'm always all for more Stardom representation, so I would love for Azumi to win. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the main event for the show. Japan Strong Openweight Championship. Tomohiro Ishii versus Gabe Kidd.
At this point in time, might be double champion Gabe Kidd.
Potentially. Originally, I would have said maybe Ishii takes this to get the belt off Gabe. Mm-hmm. But like we've said, Gabe's kind of in a holding pattern right now.
Yeah.
So I think he probably holds on to this for a little longer.
Yeah, and then Ishii is just like, slot him in. If you just need somebody to fill this time, this spot.
He's been good with that so far. Like,
yeah. And then he's in between realms right now too. So
I think he's had a little time to recuperate.
Yeah.
At least compared to what he usually does. So I think him in like kind of spot shows works really well for him. Because he can kind of go all out and then not have to do it again the next night.
For real.
So I think so far, Windy City Riot, even with just these 4 matches announced, it seems like it'll be a pretty good show, especially for a US show.
Yep.
We have anything else we need to cover before we head out of here?
No, I say damn, I forgot what I was going to say, but what I will say in the space of me forgetting what the fuck I was going to say, listen to the Jumping Knee podcast.
Yes, absolutely. I've listened to it many episodes. It's very good. We want to again thank Jessica for being on with us.
Yes.
Yes, go listen to Jumping Knee Pod. We'll have all those links in the description here. And for B-Rob, for Will, and for Jessica, I'm Kaz. We'll see you next time. And if it's your April Fool's Day, happy April Fool's Day.
You've been listening to a Fatal 4 podcast. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts and visit fatal4pod.com for more episodes, merchandise, and info on the Patreon.